You know, we're all leaders. I don't quite subscribe to what Tom said, that it's about becoming a leader. For me, leadership is the influence we have in the world around us. We have different positions. Some of us are leading in manufacturing operations. Some of us are manufacturing children and raising children. Some of us are consultants, trainers. But there's one thing that every one of us must do if we are going to have the influence in our world that we want to have. We must touch the hearts and minds of the people in our lives. And to me, that's essentially what transformational leadership is about. And I want you to take Tom's challenge that we could say that we had a nice night tonight with Muhammad Yunus, and for years to come, we can talk about how cool he is. But will we be able to harness what we do tonight so that for years to come, people will talk about their experience of us? Doesn't have to be a Nobel Prize, but will we spend our lives beautifully? To me, that's the big part of what he is talking about. But last time we did this, people said, I still don't know what transformational leadership is. So I don't want to leave without telling you that, first of all, there's a huge body of research behind it by Dr. Bernard Bass and written up by Ron Riggio. And they identified 4 primary characteristics of a transformational leader. The first one is they get everybody thinking about it. They get everybody thinking about it. It's not you do this, you do that. We were talking to Dr. Yunus, and he was telling us that the first students in his class are the heads of his corporations today, 30 years later. He got them all thinking about it. And he said to us, it doesn't matter if we have to hire the smartest people or the best people. You can't profile people. You just got to get them thinking about it. And there's something he didn't say to us, which is the second characteristic of a transformational leader. They are profoundly invested in the well-being of each individual. The individuals know that. Our 2009 Transformational Award winner, Brad Anderson, could boast that of the 180,000 people there, he was proud that any one of them could be running a Best Buy store within 2 years. And he cared about them, and they knew that. Ron Riggio assessed that Brad Anderson is probably the most transformational business leader he's ever met. Give him a hand. Brad, would you stand up? Transformational leaders are visionaries, but they don't hold the vision close saying it's my vision. They give the vision to everyone else, and everyone else owns the vision. It's their vision. Everyone in the organization feels that vision. I wish I could go into some of the inspirational things that happen there. And in addition to caring about the well-being, they walk their talk to the point that people want to be like them. And boy, do I want to be like Muhammad Yunus. Give him a hand. So that's the original research. And Ron told me when he was here for our last award that the truth of the matter is it's about authenticity. And that variable is more important than those other 4. And what's emerging now is the key to authenticity is what's called social emotional intelligence. And Dr. Yunus has that in abundance. So now, tonight, you're here, and this is the beginning. Some of you, I hope, will join us tomorrow. As a matter of fact, I'm doing a sales job now. Pay very close attention. I want all of you here tomorrow. In the morning, we are going to be able to hear about transformational leadership as it's applied with Dr. Yunus talking to Dr. Roger Myerson, the 2007 Nobel Prize winner in economics, and Mark Lane, the founder of the L3C corporate structure and the head of the Governor's Council and Committee to bring about more entrepreneurship and work for people in the state of Illinois. Mark is a thinker of manic proportions. I have never felt like anybody did it to me the way I do it to them until I met Mark. And I knew defensiveness and vulnerability at a whole new level. And then we're having Brad Anderson on that committee. And they're going to be talking about their concerns. You're going to get to hear master strategists who don't just talk about doing something, but they think very deeply about that. It will be your opportunity to think about your business and the place that your business has in our world and the influence your business, your home, and everything you do has in our world. After that, we're going to have an even stronger challenge. David Steiner, the CEO of Waste Management, is going to talk about his commitment and his company's commitment to end waste within 20 years. David, stand up. Let's give him a hand. And, no, stay up for a minute. Stay up. No, stay up. Absorb this, because he needs everything you can give him to pull that off. 20 years. What are they going to call themselves when he's done? Resource maximization, saving the planet. I have no clue. Then we're going to get down to cases. We're going to get down to the very basic issue, which is what happens when the leader is with those they're leading. And for that, we are going to take David's challenge to all of us to think about what our transformational vision would be, and Dr. Richard Boyatzis. Now, how many of you have heard of social emotional intelligence? Raise your hands. Who is the guy behind all of it? Actually, Goldman gets it, but where did Goldman get it? From Boyatzis and his competency-based learning. We are going to be with the master in the rest of the morning, and he's going to put us through the paces to think about and learn the skills of how to touch the hearts and minds of those around us. Then we're going to go to lunch, and we're going to have an assignment, and then we're going to have Mr. Jim Leotoad leading the charge for social emotional intelligence in business. Formerly an engineer and now a philanthropist and a professor and a researcher, he's going to tell us about his research helping executives increase their social emotional intelligence. And then we're going to have a workshop with my lovely bride, Dr. Judith Wright, who's going to tell you things about emotional intelligence that will not only touch you, but I guarantee you will help you touch the hearts and minds of those around you at a level that is the next one for you in your development. Because that's what we're here to do, is learn to love each other, isn't it? Yeah, so that's what we're going to do. Because that's really what we're talking about, is having as much love flowing as we can, corporations that operate with as much efficiency as possible. And what is that efficiency if it's not impeccable communication and us being able to care about and support each other? Bringing that all together at the end of the day will be Mr. Brad Anderson. And I welcome all of you to join us tomorrow as we do the work of becoming the transformational leaders we could be. Thank you all.